Okay, take one. Oh, like I do other takes? Hardly. It's like one and done, and up she goes. So I haven't done a podcast in a couple of days for no reason except that I've been super busy, and so I got to get back in the swing of things. Keto under 20. So what else is new? So I've just been I got off my 2 nights. My schedule changes up next week, or I should say this week. So I'm kind of excited. Um, each day that I work, I'll have like fresh prisoners as far as I'm concerned. And because when you work weekends, sometimes you have the same ones because they're held over until court the next day. And this particular weekend is a long weekend. So if you get there Friday, you're still in that little cell until Tuesday. And if you're a female, that's not a fun place to be. If you're a male, it's not much fun either. But if you're a female, yeah, extra discomfort and appreciation. So anyway, here I am, and I've had a great week of food and answering people. And as most of you know, I answer every single one of your comments unless it's ludicrous and or snarky. Sometimes I leave them out there to hang, and other times I just, get rid of it. And so yeah, it's been fun. I've had some guilty pleasure watching the usual favorites, Margaret and Tammy and Nona Grace, and then somebody, Chanel, one of the subbies, sent me a link to a woman's take, a lifetimer in Weight Watchers, and her take on the freestyle and how she went up and down and up and down in like a 3 to 4 pound range, kind of taking advantage of the 0 point carby things. And she loves it. Now, she's a lifetimer, so she's used to, she can manipulate things to work for her as it has worked for her. And so she fluctuated. Her goal is always 130, and her weight in this 20-minute video was between 132 and I think 138. Adding in the beans, which she won't do again. She said she has to go careful with corn. She's loving having whole eggs instead of just the whites. She misses red meat, and no matter what, she is fitting in her wine into her what she eats in a day. So it works for her. Clearly, she knows her system well, and she was one of the ones that had the program before it was made public. So she could do a lot of learning, but she was double tracking because she couldn't divulge that she was on this program. And so anyway, it was interesting. But for those of you that think that she could have enticed me, no, hell no, no thank you. I'm still keto. I'm well under 20, and we still continue to have confusion about how come I can have all those carbs and have my big A salad. And in my big A salad, I am rarely, unless it's my one meal, because there's protein and hard-boiled eggs in it, if it's going on the side of like 4 to 5 ounces of protein and some like asparagus or sauteed cauli crumbles, which are my usual go-tos for veggies, I'm not putting things in it. And those little things that we can put into our big A salads can zap you with carbs if you track and log your carbs, such as the blue cheese and the little cherry tomatoes and the cucumbers and the red cabbage and other things. So just beware. It's not that they're bad things. It's just that they do add up. So my green leafy with like 5 carbs, because it's just 4 lettuces and oil with an ounce of feta added to it, crumbled, and 7 to 10 grams of a nut added to it, can stay around 5 carbs. So then those other carbs can get used with the cauli crumbles and the asparagus and other things that I have in it. And so Yeah, because sometimes carbs come in on other other ways. But and I like to keep my carbs under 15, as a matter of fact. Just seems to work for me. So my perfect day of macros, my perfect day is around 110 to 120 grams of fat. And as far as protein goes, under 50, under 40 is ideal, but under 50 is like, but under 50 is like thumbs up. And as far as for the protein, and then the carbs are like under 15. So, 13 to 10 is a really nice day for me. I use the Cronometer. There is a free version. You don't have to use the Cronometer. It's a tried and true thing for me. It's what I've grown accustomed to. It works for me, and I love just looking at this. This is the food. Okay, let me get to the targets. These are my targets today. So when you get up close, it says, as far as calories go, I am having 1,356 calories. My protein is 49, like so I said. My under 50 is great. And my carbs are 11.3. It says I'm burning 1,445. I don't think I'm going to the rec center today, because today's the day that I go to my GYN to find out about the injection for Prolia or whatever he has in mind. It will not be oral. I've already been there, done that, and have the hoodie to prove it. I won't do that. Too much stomach distress. So with my foods today, it's kind of a fun food day. I like fun food days, don't you? So I've got the 1,356. So I'm having my 2 bulletproof coffees, and that's where a lot of my fat is dispersed. So I call them my fatty coffees. They get me through the time that I'm not eating, otherwise known as intermittent fasting. But if you're a purist, I'm not. I am not having just water. So I have 1 meal a day, OMAD. And so when I do sit down, it's going to be to all of these delights. I am having a big green leafy salad. Boom. 75 grams of organic romaine. 40 grams of organic baby spinach, 40 grams of organic baby arugula, and 40 grams of watercress. And so those, what is it, 120? So it's 195 grams of lettuces go into my bowl, and I add a tablespoon of macadamia nut oil and a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. This one's organic, first cold pressed. So I add that to my green leafy. That's done. And so I am having 6 asparagus, and those are prebiotics for the probiotics in a gut. So they have lots of healthy things in it. The probiotics eat the prebiotics. You're getting all the benefits out of the spinach, out of the asparagus. I always under roast them, so they're very, very crunchy. Little butter on them. I spray them with coconut spray when I roast them in the toaster oven. Delicious. 6 of those. 6. Yep, I count them. And then I'm having my 10 grams of walnuts, and I'm having them sprinkled on the salad. And then I'm having the leftover pizza topping, very, very small. It's like, so I've got it in here as 3/4 of an ounce of pepper jack cheese. So that's going to be on the side. And the reason I can do that is because I'm having 5 ounces of wild caught, not frozen, salmon. And so no farm raised. And so I'm having 5 ounces of that. And that little number is only 258 calories. So it's not like having beef where that would be about, 300 to 400 calories for the same weight. So I'm having that. There'll be a little smear of butter on top of that. And that is going to be my feast. From my last weigh-in on a Thursday, I was 120.06. So I marked that in here. I can also mark in when I go to the rec center, there's the 120.6. When I go to the rec center, I would also put in my fast walking for 45 minutes, but I won't get there today because I'm going to the gynecologist office. And so that's how I'm rolling, and it works. I love my OMAD. I'm not hungry by the time I get to it. And the reason I really know that is because I love to eat at 3. But Greg works, right? He's got a business of his own. So there are days that he doesn't get home till 4:30. So I have to wait that extra hour and a half. When I did Weight Watchers and I ate every hour and a half, I was a clock watcher, a serious, just awful clock watcher. And I would, every hour and a half, I would have a fruit and a little thing like a cheese stick or a Baby Bell or a thing of peanut butter or a thing of yogurt. I was just a pathetic clock watcher. It had nothing to do with hunger. It had to do with my food addiction. I was fanning the flames all the time of my pilot light for sugar and grains. I was fanning my addiction all the time. And my addict is Ms. Slick, and she's always wanting me to eat. And so all day long, I did that, and I had like 6 to 8 fruits a day. Oh, it's just like, it was just ridiculous. And I never really dealt with satiated. Satiated wasn't a term ever when I did my Weight Watcher program. Satiation only came when I began keto and I began getting enough fats. I love my fats. I'm not giving them up. And that's what I eat in a day. And I love the OMAD because I can have a really lovely, delicious, satiating meal. One, the 2 fatty coffees are about 550 calories total. So if I'm having my, let's just say for math, 1,500 calories, you subtract the 5, I mean. And so I've got, like a 900 calorie meal in front of me, which is quite doable. It fits. I'm not stuffed. I'm comfortably done with my meal. Just to make sure, I immediately floss and brush. Well, I'll have one more lemon water with some supplements, magnesium, potassium, probiotic, and then my lemon water with the Celtic salt twisted over it. And that'll be my final thing in for the day. Then I floss and brush. Then my body knows it's done. My body is like my head with the discipline and everything and done. And some people might think it's rigid. I think it's just structured, which helps me and my addict out with what I eat in a day. So that's how I'm rolling today. It's a good day. I'm liking my food, and I'll do what I have to do. And I'm done working overnights until Thursday night. So I like that too. So thank you so much for watching. It's been fun, hasn't it? So please subscribe and please comment below. I always answer unless it's dumb. Whoops, just saying. Judgy me. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.